Hey guys, Papa Pete here with another pickup video. This time I'm dealing almost exclusively with Xbox stuff. I've really been working hard on Xbox. I want to try to collect from the top down to the bottom. I'm trying to pick up the heaviest hitters first, but it's not always that easy to do. Well, I had some great luck recently that I want to share that with you now. Stay tuned.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50, you don't have to.
Alright guys, let's start it off with a pickup I made up in St. John, New Brunswick recently. I saw an advertisement on Facebook, and it was a toy store, just a collectible toy store. And it caught my eye because I saw some games. I think the main picture that I saw was like Pac-Man for the Atari 2600 or something like that, just a cartridge sitting there. Anyway, I hit on the link and I started scrolling through some pictures. Well, as I was scrolling down through this picture, what caught my eye but... yeah, right. $29.99 shrink wrap. That's the label from... what was a Blockbuster here in St. John that somebody dumped out, and here it was in this guy's store. It doesn't really say what he's asking for. It's just the old price tag from whatever it was they picked it up, whoever traded this into this toy store. But anyway, I really had to find out if that was there, because that could be the chance to get something that I didn't know if I'd ever be able to get. Anyway, I showed up, went to the store a couple weeks later because, again, it wasn't there. The next time I was up in St. John, I went and checked it out, and I asked the guy to get the Xbox games that were in those pictures. He said, "Oh yeah, that's all right here." He showed it to me, and the Torino 2006 game was there, but of course, the other one wasn't. I was pretty discouraged, but at the end of the day, it worked out pretty good. Well, I had some old toys kicking around, and I worked out a deal. He had a few games there, so I worked out that I just did a trade. And I got a bunch of really good stuff from him as part of this trade. So let me show them to you. Well, first of all, this one is an Xbox, but I had seen it in his pictures as well. For the NES, I picked up a copy of RoboCop 2. I didn't have the game. It's a fairly decent price game. Card, I think, goes for about 15 bucks American. And this is in really good shape, so I thought I'd pick it up. Again, he worked it all out as part of a trade, so it was a good deal for me. Now, what are the games I got? Unreal Championship 2. I got Unreal Championship, or is it Unreal? Yeah, Unreal Championship a few weeks ago. I had it in my other pickup video, but I was really happy to pick this one up. Not all these games are in super condition, but this one really is. Manual and disc. Great condition. Not a real expensive game again. A lot of the Xbox games aren't, but still, very nice to have in the collection. I got a copy of Flatout 2. Manual and disc, good shape. Happy to get that one. This one I've tried to get before. It's Legends of Wrestling 2. I had the first one, but I never had this one. Now, frankly, I've never heard too much positive about these games, but they were the first games that I know of that really incorporated all the old wrestling stars that I can remember from my youth. I can remember seeing Bruno Sammartino wrestle, for example, but I'd never seen him in a game, you know, other than maybe, what was the one that was WWE All-Stars, something like that, that was like an NFL Blitz type game for wrestling. But anyway, good manual, good disc. I love having wrestling games. This is the Platinum Hits version. I prefer the other versions, but beggars can't be choosers. When I was doing the trade, I just took everything I didn't have. Fusion Frenzy. I think that's one of the launch titles for the Xbox, actually. This is the Platinum Hits version, but still, no manual. But you know what? I'm going to pick the other one up. I'll take that one for now to fill in my collection. A little different. MVP 06 and NCAA baseball. I don't follow American collegiate sports, especially baseball. I know more people do football and basketball. I don't even get into March Madness too much. It's sort of fun to watch a little bit towards the end of it. I just can't get over how these rich men can make money off these kids and pay them absolutely nothing to play these sports. I know baseball is not really like that as much. Basketball and football certainly are, but never understood how people can make, and organizations such as these colleges can make fortunes off of these kids and give them absolutely nothing. A matter of fact, make it illegal if they get anything for it. But anyway, still a game you have to have for the Xbox. If it's out, you gotta have it. Too philosophical. Alright, Midnight Club 2. I have read some positive things about this game. I've not played it very much. Again, good disc, good manual. I'm going to check that one out. See a little bit of storytelling to go along with the racing part of it. Should be good to play. I can remember this show, Celebrity Deathmatch. I don't think it's by any means a good game whatsoever, but this copy is really good, manual and disc. It was a really interesting show, or claymation, and they would take different personalities, celebrities, and have them battle each other on MTV. So I'm interested to check it out a little bit. I can remember the show being on TV. I don't think it was on very long, but it's neat to see lesser things like that licensed into these games. Hey, Ralphie, come here. Come here. Give that to me. Thank you. That's not yours. Come here. Come here. You say hello? Say hello. Look right over there. Hello. This is Ralph. You gonna sit there for a while I do this? Okay, you sit right there, okay? Alright, next game, Robin Hood, Defender of the Crown. Not in the greatest shape in the world, but manual and disc are there, so that's good. Ralph brought me a present. I'm sure your sister would be real happy that you have that. And now, that's enough. So remember I showed you the coast to coast, shrink wrapped. The Torino was still there. I was so sad to walk in and see Torino sitting there. The coast to coast should have been sitting right beside it. Broke my heart. Oh well, at least I got the Torino. You know what?
What?
I asked the guy, I said, so how much did you sell it for? He said, oh, the games come in, I put the same price on all of them, doesn't matter. He sold it for $10. Wasn't me. Good for the person who got it. Too bad for him. He didn't take time to look it up, but then again, he had $10 on the other games too. That was his thinking, that just any game is worth $10, and that's fine. That's why you can still occasionally make great finds, because I'm sure whoever he bought it from, he just gave them the same amount. He probably gave them $5, so he can make $5 off it. Anyway, the most important part of the trade that I got from him, though, is the part that I was happy the most. It was still there. I got an Xbox system, one controller, original, a Mad Catz controller, hookups, power cord, and I don't know how common these are. I really don't think they're very common. I have one, and now I have two, Crystal Xbox. Now the Crystal Xbox was only available in Canada and Britain, and kind of neat because you look at Xbox and the way I was looking at it, it looks totally different. I thought it was a knockoff or something. But anyway, I powered it up. It seems to work just fine. Treg is in and out, which is the biggest thing. I have an Xbox, my original Xbox. I've taken it apart and fixed the belt on it, and I got it working. It's sticking again now. I got to take it apart and do it again. But I have another Crystal Xbox that works perfectly, and these are pretty desirable on price charting and such, because again, they aren't available in the States. They never were sold. I'd love to have one in box. I don't have any controllers, unfortunately. The controller that came with it was the original black controller, but still, it's a great item to have. Maybe I'll be able to trade it for a different model that I don't have. Okay, so next, let's get into some pickups that I made at some pawn shops in St. John, New Brunswick recently. I don't know that they have the greatest prices in the world. The ones that I deal with, they want $5 for pretty much every game or more. But if you buy more than 5, they give you 20% off, so it basically works out to be $4 a game. At first, I've gone in there before and had them sell them to me for $2 a game, but the last 3 or 4 times I've gone in and asked for that, they've said no. Fair enough, they have that right to do so. You know, I'm not seeing their games move very much. But still, they're not trying to dump it. They probably paid some money for it, so they're trying to make something. If their business otherwise is good, they're not desperate for the money. Why would they let it go for less? At the end of the day, I get thinking about it. If I'm going to buy something on eBay or whatever, and even if I pay $1 for it and a couple dollars shipping, remember that's American money. That's $4. So I'm better off just to pay the $4 and pick up a few games when I need them. Anyway, here's what I got so far. Remember, I live in Canada. What do we have in Canada? Hockey. In May, hockey. All we think about is hockey. ESPN NHL hockey. Jeremy Roenick. Not a Canadian. NHL Rivals 2004. Steve Yzerman. Canadian. Okay, so other games I picked up. This one looks really interesting. I've never played it. This is in great condition too. Thrillville. I don't know a whole lot about the game. It's one I can remember playing stuff like Theme Park when I was a kid, and I'm thinking it's somewhat like that with mini games and such. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a try. I'll take a look at some gameplay and pop it in and do a little bit. I used to love those games. Everybody loves amusement parks, so hey, Thrillville. Warpath. Another adventure fighting game. Again, just need it for the collection. Great condition. Picked them out well when I was there. Enter the Matrix. I was surprised to see how much that game was actually goes for. I thought the Matrix games were very inexpensive, but you know it's $6, $7, $8 or whatever. So when I saw this one, you see a lot with stickers all over them. This one's pristine. For a pawn shop, this was a great pickup. And another game that I've heard a lot about, I've read a lot about it in the past, but I've never played it a whole lot. Project Gotham Racing 2. I've got Project Gotham Racing. This is number 2. So I like all of the racing games. They're games you can just pop in and you can play a little bit. Yeah, it takes a while to get good at them, but at the end of the day, everybody can pop in a racing game and usually get it going and just blow off some steam. So Project Gotham Racing 2, really happy to have that game. Now I picked up those 6 at a pawn shop that on one side of the city, and this is actually, I picked up 6 more at the same shop, the same company, but on the other side of the city. They got 2 places in St. John. And one of the games I've heard a lot about, I've never played, is Brute Force. It's on a lot of lists that I've watched. I had it marked down as one of my wanted games, like at the app that I use, because I watch a lot of like hidden gems and top 10 inexpensive Xbox games and such, and this is one that I've seen on that list. I saw it, great condition, for $4. Why not? Great game. I like bowling. I don't really like 10-pin bowling. I've not done it that much. In this part of the country, we have what's called candlepin bowling, where you throw the ball 3 times, the pins are straight, and the balls are fairly small. And the neat part about it that's different than any other bowling game is the deadwood, or the pins that have fallen down, stay on the alley, and you use them as part of the game. Anyway, I've always loved bowling, so I've always loved bowling games, whether it was in television bowling back in the 81, 82, right up through Elf Bowling. Remember Elf Bowling way back when? So it was a no-brainer when I saw this there. Strike Force Bowling. Don't know much about it. Perfect shape. I gotta try that one out. I still like watching bowling even on TV. It used to be on the ABC Wide World of Sports back when I was a kid, right up through, I don't know how long it's been since that was on. Maybe it's been gone for 20 years now. It's amazing how time flies. Anyway, Connor probably wouldn't even know what ABC Wide World of Sports is. It was famous when I was a kid. It would have stuff like bowling. Here's a game that I had on the PC back when it was brand spanking new, and I just absolutely loved it. So when I saw it, I had to pick it up. High Heat Major League Baseball, I think it's 2004, right? 2004 by 3DO. I love 3DO. 3DO did stuff like Heroes of Might and Magic and the Might and Magic series. That's part of the reason I picked this baseball game up when it came out back in the day. And I can remember playing it and really, really enjoying it because I was heavy into the stats. I don't know how this one compares to the PC version back then. I'm sure it probably doesn't have the statistical capabilities that the PC version did, but still, Curt Schilling on the cover, yeah, pre-Red Sox days, but gotta love Curt Schilling and the bloody sock. He may have some odd beliefs at this point in time, but he was amazing. Did amazing things for the Red Sox, so gotta love him. Here's a famous game. Metal Gear Solid 2. Not an expensive game, but found this one. Great condition. Just one of the Metal Gear Solid. I have the one for the original PlayStation, the original game, and I guess I could one for the NES too, but anyway. For the Xbox, no-brainer, pick it up. Harry Potter, Quidditch World Cup. Again, perfect condition. Great to have. And last but not least, from that pawn shop, again, $4 games, Corvette. Great shape, manual and disc. And Corvette, just a racing game. Pretty much a standard fare. Okay, so I promised you some good top-notch pickups. We're getting there. The next one I picked up on eBay, it was on there for about $40. I saw lots of different versions on there for quite a bit of money. Well, I threw in a little best offer. Threw in a best offer on one for like $22, $23, so I paid like $26 with shipping. And I was pretty happy when the person accepted it. What I picked up was Fatal Frame. That seems to be, to me, one of the really growing games on the Xbox. One of the ones that's creeping upwards. If you don't know what it is, it's the game where you're basically, I have not played it a whole lot yet. It's one that I absolutely have to play. It's taking pictures and, well, we'll put some gameplay up and take a look at it, but it's really crawling up there, just a horror game. Based on a true story by Tecmo. Yeah, we'll see how much of a true story it is, but still. What a great pickup. I'm really happy to have this in my collection. Just a couple days ago, I went for a little drive. I had to go to Halifax to pick up my son, 64-bit for life, from college to bring him home for the summer. So yeah, he's around again now. Yeah, for better or for worse. Anyway, I stopped on the way at one of the pawn shops that I like the best in the province in Moncton, New Brunswick, to see what they have for games. They usually have a really good section of just $2 Xbox games, and they have a wall full of other games, and I don't know that I really paid that much attention to their pricing, but I decided to take a good look this time, and I'm really happy that I did. Anyway, in the meantime, I picked up these for $2 each. How do you beat that? Pirates of the Caribbean, manual, disc, good shape. I picked up a copy of Arena Football, which is sort of weird because you always think about sports games being really, really inexpensive. And this was $2. But this particular game, if you look at the listing within my app, says it's like a 6 out of 12 rarity. Not a super common game, but I'm sure it's not Madden, it's not NCAA, so Arena Football, just happy to pick it up. I need it for my collection. Stolen. Great shape. Another adventure game, standard fare, manual, disc, good shape. Outlaw Tennis. The Outlaw series is just a humorous look at some of these. I have like Outlaw Volleyball, Red Hot, and a few other Outlaw games. They're very inexpensive. You know what? If you're collecting all the games, it's just one of the ones you have to have. I like tennis games, I really do. I used to love Virtual Tennis for the Dreamcast. I haven't got it. I think it came out afterwards on other systems, probably on the Xbox as well, which I don't have. But anyway, in the meantime, Outlaw Tennis. Go along with Outlaw Golf 2. Again, good condition. I was sort of surprised to see this one's got a lighter case. It's almost like they started to, I can remember when they started to use less plastic in cases to make games more cheaply make games. Alright, so as for other games, this one is quite rare. Aliens vs. Predator Extinction. It's listed in what I see as being one of the a very rare game. It goes for $30-$40 on eBay. I picked it up for 20 Canadian. I was really happy to pick it up. Excellent condition. You can't beat that. I talked to you before earlier on about the game that got away from me. I was almost shocked. I went into the store, into the pawn shop in Moncton, and I went up to the wall looking around, and it really caught my eye. And the next thing that caught my eye was the price. When I didn't get the game from Buddy in St. John, that was probably $10, I thought, I'll probably never get that game. I went on eBay and looked. Everywhere I looked on eBay, it was well over $100 plus shipping to get it. So, you know, when you're talking, remember, that's American money. To me, that makes a difference. So I walked in, and there I saw it on the wall. Outrun 2006, Coast to Coast. $79.99. I picked up Alien vs. Predator from the same person, plus these 5 $2 games. 6 $2 games, I guess. And no, 5. Yeah, 5 $2 games. Fatal Frame wasn't one of them. And when I got all those, he gave me $10 off this and $5 off that. So I got it for 20, and I got this for 70. So considering what I would have paid in American money, okay, this is 70 Canadian. In American money, I probably saved 50% on that game. I paid about half of what I would have had I bought it on eBay or waited to buy it from a dealer, let's say maybe at Too Many Games. I might have got a better deal there. Probably would have got it for 80 or 90 maybe if it was there. But in the meantime, I can't wait to play this game. I just got it yesterday. I'm really happy to have picked it up. It was almost like I felt so bad because I had missed out on that other deal, but that I really, really wanted it. It's one of, right now, looking at the list on price charting, of all the American-made games, this is the most expensive complete in-box. Yes, Steel Battalions is more with the controller, but the game alone is less. There's other games that are close. What is it? Metal Wolf Chaos is worth more, but it's a Japanese game. It's a different game. This is an actual NTSC US release, and it's the most valuable game on the system, as far as I'm concerned. Extremely, extremely happy to have picked it up. Well guys, that's it for this video. That's all my Xbox pickups. I'm right up to date. Man, I got some great games recently. I can't believe the luck that I've had picking these things up. I got a long way to go. I got like 600, 700 more games to pick up, but I'm getting some of the heavy hitters out of the way. Well, thanks a lot for spending your time with me today, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment if you have anything to say. Thanks guys, we'll see you next time. Take care.
The old ass gamer. The old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50, you don't have to.
You're watching Papa Pete, the old guy gamer.
What the hell?